Hello, everyone. Welcome to the State of Waste for March 19th, 2023. Some exciting stuff going on in our committee public hearings. First off, placed on second reading calendar. So these have moved rather quickly through, and some of these may start to pass out of the second chamber. Once it passes that, it'll go to, if there were amendments, it'll have to go into reconciliation with the other chamber so they can come to agreement. Once that's done, then it goes to the governor for signing. So Senate Bill 5065, teaching about bone marrow donations, equity in highly capable programs, the adequate recess time bill, parent education requirements, ESD elections, and the Skills Center course equivalency. All those have been placed on the second reading calendar. Sent to the Rules Committee is House Bill 1277, the paraeducator requirements. That one is just waiting to be placed on the second reading calendar. Some new bills passed out of committee. The Paras and School Safety Bill, Senate Bill 5019, that removes the line that requires district to apportion a certain part of the funding for paraeducators and school safety. A little more clarification out of this from this committee is that it doesn't disallow districts from using the money for that. It just makes it so they don't have to. Scheduled for public hearing in the Finance Committee would be the Enhancing College-Bound Scholarships that passed out of its regular committee and now has moved on since there is a fiscal commitment to that. There'll be a lot more bills coming out that'll be sent to fiscal committees here probably this next week. So scheduled for executive session this week would be the PLC bill. Senate Bill 5462, the Inclusive Learning Standards Bill. That one got a little more clarification on that this week. It is only to working with OSPI that only the LGBT association will be in consultation with that. No other types of marginalized communities will be included in that, just one. And so there's some concern. The testimony for that was rather interesting. The people that did not testify in person but put in that they were not in favor or in favor was about a 1 to 9. One person in favor for every 9 against. There were, 100 and some to 900 and some for that. So it's already scheduled for executive session. We'll see what it does. This is one of those things that's just kind of pushing stuff on people that maybe they're not ready for. And anyway, we'll see what happens with that, with all that testimony that was against it. Scheduled for executive session. We'll see if they do anything with it. The instruction on sex trafficking is going to move rather quickly, I think. The Justice Involved Students Bill, also moving rather quickly. IEP reimbursements over the summer. High School and Beyond plan, which would be awesome with the confusion we had at our school this week. As what is a High School and Beyond plan? What does that mean? And just one format for the district or for the state would be nice, so we all know it. It all is exactly the same, and then we just don't have to worry about each district creating their own, and it gets a little bit messy. Students and Homelessness Bill, also for executive session. The Special Ed Multiplier, which will help a lot of districts. That increases the multiplier a little bit. Transferring of student data to universities, a lot of public testimony for that in favor, just because it helps them target certain students that may be interested in going to university that don't know how to get there. And so they could send them information. And again, that would be a pilot only to four-year universities the way it is currently written. House Bill 1238, the Free School Meals for All. This has been adapted. There's an amendment to make it only K4. So if it passes as currently amended, it would only be through K4. And then the college and the high school fees moving through. Hopefully that one passes for all of our kids that could then do college and the high school without having to pay anything for those credits. Public testimony, but no executive session yet. Some new ones. House Bill 1308, pathway options. That was kind of an exciting testimony. There was a lot of disagreement from a couple people that testified about just we want some basic skills when kids come out of high school. This pathway, from what they're saying, the way how they're interpreting it is that someone could do a pathway and then never show that they have basic math or English abilities, and they could do some project in some other identified core area, and that would count. And so then they wouldn't have to show proficiency in any English or math. And their argument was that they're not going to be successful in a whole lot of jobs if they don't have some basic math or English skills. So see where that one goes. Professional education workforce bills moving on through. Regional apprenticeship program, and then media literacy. Lots of stuff with media literacy this time. Scheduled for public testimony, also small school district funding, the withholding of high school diplomas, parent notification for dual credit. That should be an easy one. Redacting student information, emergency expulsion. Again, that changes the language to emergency removal. and then credit for work experience. The 3-year admin contracts, school library and tech info, there's some more of that, media, interstate teacher mobility compact, restraint and isolation, and then the TTK program. Those are all scheduled for public testimony. So if you want to testify, you can go on. If you just go to the website, type in the bill, and then you can press testify, and you don't even have to do written testimony. You can just say whether you're pro or con for some of these things. So anyway, still referred to committee was 1504 school recess. Nothing's happened on that. It's probably because the Senate bill's moving through, so they're not going to bother doing anything with that committee. And that's it for this week. We'll see what happens with some of the executive session on those bills this coming week. Hope you have a good one.